맛있다.
아, 정말 맛있네 이거.
너무 맛있어.
Draws me in. Hope you'll leave some behind whenever you go. Your hand seeks my hand. No, you'll leave me there, but I hope for the best. Don't know what you want. How can't you see what is right in front? Or is there something else that you need? 'Cause you might just lead me on. Please don't take me too far. It will be what never was.
왜? 다시 나온다. 우와.